All right. Well, I'd like to welcome everybody to the MSD of North Posey's January meeting and ask everyone to join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll note down that we have little patrons, or actually, let's read the mission, vision, and high priorities.
The vision is we inspire all students to achieve their potential for learning in life in a safe and supportive environment. Our mission is we partner with our community to create a dynamic and innovative educational experience, empowering students to become educated, productive, and responsible citizens. From our core beliefs, we believe our community is vital to our educational success. Everyone is valued and treated with respect, and always telling the truth, an educational opportunity for all, student-centered programs challenging and inspiring learning in the pursuit of excellence through a strong sense of pride. Our high priorities are enhancing the student experience, investing in teachers and administrators, fostering strong relationships among all, and maximizing our resources.
Thank you. And there are no patron concerns. And I will turn it over to Mr. Orm then.
I think we turn over to Mr. Kavanaugh.
Okay.
First.
I ask for their consideration to appoint Mr. Josh Orm as the school board attorney for 2024.
Make a motion to appoint Mr. Orm as the school board attorney for 2024.
I'll second that.
Have a motion by Mr. Oakley, seconded by Mrs. Bowers to approve Mr. Orm as the school attorney for 2024. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. That motion carries 5-0.
Okay, now turn the meeting over.
Yeah,
All
thank
right.
you.
Well, thank you. Thank you. All right. Well, with that, I'll go ahead and open the floor for nominations for the office as president of the school board.
Come on, Nathan.
I'll second that.
Okay. So we have a nomination seconded for Vince Oakley. Any additional nominations? All right. Any discussion? And with there being no discussion, all those in favor of Vince Oakley serving as the president of the North Posey School Board, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign.
Aye.
All right, motion carries with a vote of 4-1. With that, we'll go ahead and open the floor for nominations for the office of vice president of the school board.
I'll nominate.
We have a nomination for Barry Colley. Is there a second to that nomination?
I'll second.
Any additional nominations? If there being no other nominations, is there discussion? Okay. And with no discussion, those in favor of Larry Colley serving as the vice president, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Vote carries 5-0. Now take nominations for the office of secretary of the school board.
I'll nominate Lindsay.
Is there a second for Lindsay Bowers serving as secretary?
I'll second.
Any additional nominations? And with there being no other nominations, is there any discussion? With no discussion, those in favor with Lindsay Bowers serving as secretary, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. All right, vote carries 5-0. Now we'll need to appoint a treasurer and deputy treasurer for the district. Are there any nominations?
If you
I'll
read-
nominate,
Oh, yeah.
I'll nominate that we appoint Amanda Lynn as district treasurer and Jody Rankin as district deputy treasurer.
Okay. And is there a second?
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All right, and if there being no discussion, we'll take it to a vote. Those in favor of Amanda Lynn serving as the district treasurer and Jody Rankin serving as the district deputy treasurer, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. All right, vote carries 5-0. With that, I'll go ahead and turn the meeting over to Vince Oakley as the newly elected president. Congratulations.
At this time, I'm looking for nominations for members to the Board of Finance.
I've been on, well, I've been on that board. I'm not sure, does it consist of doing anything? Is that involved with a bond thing comes up, or I never?
Yeah, I think at the time that the bonds come up, but we also will be appointing a building board, building
Well,
commission.
we will need to appoint a building corporation. I don't
Building
think they're here
corporation.
on the minutes,
Yeah.
but that does not have to be done today.
Okay.
We could add that today, but it doesn't have to be done.
I'll nominate Greg.
Does anybody else want to do it?
I'll do whatever
I'll
you want me
second
to
that.
do, but
That's a nomination for Greg as president. Do you want to do this all at once?
Yeah.
Nomination treasurer as well.
And that could be, I mean, it doesn't have to, it could be a duplicate. I mean, you know, okay, I'll nominate Lindsay as treasurer.
you can take it
Should
on.
you be secretary treasurer? Yes, I am.
Okay, with that, the nomination for Greg as the president of the Board of Finance and Lindsay as a treasurer for the Board of Finance. Any discussion on that? All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Okay, looking for nominations for appointments for policy liaison and legislative liaison.
I feel like you're really good
I
at
feel like,
that, but I don't know that I'm good at interpreting them.
yeah, I think,
Legislative, I think it would be best for Vince to
just to stay there. yes.
stay on that. He was on the ISBA committee. And I can
Can we nominate you? for the-
nominate, I can nominate myself. or
Okay,
You can
well, I will
nominate me.
second that. Yes,
Right,
I
that's
think you guys
simple,
do
right?
a better job of interpreting those things.
So you know.
So Vince is legislative and Greg is policy.
Yes.
But, whatever that word is. Liaison.
All in favor, say aye.
I,
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
Be ready. Okay. Just informing the board that they should examine the compensation wages of the board. You can see it there in red.
I'll make a motion that we retain our current $2,000 annual stipend and $100 meeting per meeting for up to 12 meetings.
I'll second that.
I have a motion to retain our current compensation package. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
At this time, I have a conflict of interest statement for one for Larry Colley and one for Vince Oakley.
Where do we sign? It's just on the back here. That one.
Okay, at this point, we are moving on to the minutes, claim docket, and consent. We were reading through that, correct? Mike, am I reading through that, or is Mr. Kavanaugh?
I usually like
That's
to read through them.
I didn't like it.
I agree.
First of all, minutes of the previous meeting on December 11th, claim docket for the period of December 11th to January 8th. Following FMLA and personal leave request, Andrew Johnson, FMLA, Kayla Tucker, FMLA approximately March 4th, April 2nd. Stacy Newman Smith, personal leave. Then Stacy Vogel. The following resignations and retirements, Mindy Brandenstein. The following hire and transfer requests, Paige Ward, District English Language Teacher of Record. Sarah Mays, cafeteria worker at the high school, junior high. And Amy Stevens, long-term sub at North Elementary's Life Skills Room. Following overnight field trips, Mr. McMahon to take the robotics team to a competition in Lafayette. I think that's it.
I'm looking for a motion to approve the minutes, claim docket, and consent items.
I make a motion we approve the minutes, claim documents, and consent items.
I'll second that.
I've got a motion and a second.
I'll make a motion to second.
Motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0.
I requested the board to enter a contract with Stratasite for the creation of our critical incident mapping and active threat plans. The cost for the first year would be $12,575, which includes the setup and implementation fee.
Looking for a motion to approve the contract with Stratasite.
I'll make a motion that we approve the contract with Stratasite.
Second,
I'll second it.
on to discussion.
Again, I just want to ask exactly what
Sure.
is this? What?
And I'm glad you did. This is a company that will basically digitize our map work, where if we have a critical incident where a staging area where there may be law enforcement or fire department, or basically it conducts all that, and it could actually layer, such as where all our fire alarms are, where all our door exits are, and they can, like if the police wanted to go to door 7, they can peel off all the other information except door listings, and they can go directly to where that site is. So it is the same company that Mount Vernon is using. I thought for our emergency personnel in Posey County, it would be good for our emergency personnel to use the same company, both school systems.
Okay. And that something that they use that as a critical incident takes place, or?
Oh, the mapping and all will be done now. This is something also that the state is requiring us to have as of, I think, July of this year. So,
Mapping it, so all this is
This
available
is a part of
if
that.
something happens. And
correct.
okay.
Will those maps be shared then with the sheriff's department and the fire departments, or is?
Yes, it should be.
The recurring cost on that, I know you had mentioned with the setup.
I believe it's 500 per building after the first year. Annually, yes.
With the junior high and high school being one
Are you
building or
familiar
two
with it?
buildings?
That is, and that was a question I asked. I believe that'd be 3 buildings of 500,
3 sites, okay.
3 sites.
Can we get your input on it?
I would definitely be for it. Having a third party take care of these things, they're liable if something is overlooked, which I always like. But also these maps can be shared with dispatch so that they're integrated into the Spillman system. So an officer responding can then pull that up immediately from the CAD system and know where they're going.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Any other discussion?
Be just like 911 on TV then, right?
We're getting there. We're getting there.
All in favor of the contract with Stratus Site, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
I'd like to present Administrator's request for approval of renewal of Scale, which manages all of our servers, including, but not limited to the print server, HVAC server, door security, where all our accounts are stored and Windows devices are managed. Renewal cost is $89,257.40 for 5 years and covers hardware and software. This purchased through, Bloom USA.
Looking for a motion to approve the renewal.
Make a motion, we approve the renewal of the Scale for the servers, for HVAC security, door security, et cetera.
Second,
I'll second
motion and a second on to discussion.
Yeah, and again, I want to ask, this is 1 in 5, this is 5 years that this covers. So basically, per year, when you divide that by 5, it'd be about, what, $18,000 or something? And this takes care of all the computer access to it, or
My
whatever.
understanding is yes.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
that.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0.
I'd like to present Mrs. McMunn's request to switch to Relay for our medical vendor. Relay has matched our current vendor's cost at 7.5% of reimbursable and offers the opportunity to explore more reimbursement options and better customer service than our current vendor.
Looking for a motion to switch to Relay.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second
On to discussion.
it. And this is with special services, right?
It's our Medicaid, so
Okay.
they, only certain services we claim Medicaid reimbursement for speech, and OT and PT services. And this third party manages it. It pulls it out of the system and we don't really do anything. And there's going to be a switch over to a new system for the IEPs. And this company partners closely with the new system that's coming in 2025. So we're just getting ahead of the game because it will integrate and pull things out of the system. So our therapists don't have to go to 3 different places to log their services and everything. They're going to match our cost, which is 7.5% of the claims that we receive. And they've been much easier to deal with since I've been contacting the current vendor that we have, and I asked them for a proposal. They didn't provide me with a proposal. When I asked them if they sync with the new system, they said, no, we don't sync. This other company absolutely does. The other company, the representative that I've been talking with, he even called me after, because we had dates and everything on the proposal. He called me and said, hey, take that out. Don't take this to anybody yet because the state is dragging their feet on moving this thing and you don't want to enter into a contract with us too soon. So I appreciated that honesty and greatly. So they've been great to deal with, and it's not going to be any cost wise. It's going to be the same. It should just make things continue to be streamlined for our teachers. That's what I'm hoping, and hoping that it'll be better. And they're going to help us also try to find more ways to claim, more different areas that we can claim.
Thanks for the information on that.
Mhm.
Okay, any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0.
On presenting the professional leave request, Mr. May going to the baseball clinic in Indianapolis, Miss Pickens for a track clinic in Indianapolis, Mrs. McMunn for the IK Spring Conference in Indianapolis, Miss Lynn for budget workshop in Plainfield, and Miss Fender and Mr. Brandel for the textbook open house at SIEC in Huntingburg.
Looking for a motion to approve professional leave.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second,
I'll second it.
on discussion. Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. That's a good news report. That was in the board packet.
Mhm.
Okay.
I do have a couple things to add to that.
Okay.
Good news report. First of all, Mrs. Walden isn't here because of the swim senior night is at that, so she's attending that to honor her, congratulate her son. And then the two of the kids that are in robotics, Jackson Bosecker and Aiden McMunn, are attending a First Robotics Day at the State House. So they contacted Senator Tomes and McNamara, and they are going up there to represent First Robotics and the team. Both of them are on the student board for First Indiana. So
Lots of good stuff going on. Looks like next board meeting is Monday, February 12th.
and we're planning on doing that at South Terrace
I believe, yeah.
with the working session
Is everybody okay
beforehand.
with that? I'm gonna write that down. That will be at South Terrace with the working session.
And we'll work out the details, I guess, with Aaron. We gotta figure out how much time beforehand, because we'll have to post that as a working session beforehand. So,
Anybody
So
else-
working, not exec.
correct.
Anybody else have anything for the good of the cause?
The meeting on the 12th, can we set an executive session then after?
Mhm.
I mean, or we could do before, but I'm thinking if you've got the working session set first, it might be
Yeah.
16 second.
Okay. I'm gonna write that down as well. All right. If there's nothing else, looking for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
No,
Is that a second, Larry?
I'll second it.
All right, and we are adjourned.
May I ask a few clarification questions? I was wondering, first of all, a little history. Mr. Oakley, is this, what, you're being president, is this the first, this isn't the first time, like, how many times have you been president? It is the first time? Okay, so this is your first time, and then Lindsay, it would be your first time, well, Mr. Colley would be your first, so you are all first time, okay? And Lindsay, your first time also, right?
Yes.
All right. I just have a few other little things here, questions. Mindy Brandenstein, cafeteria head cook. You have resignation and retirement following. Is she a resignation or a retirement? She's a resignation. Okay, she's a resignation. On your pay, that is the pay that you okayed. That's exactly the same. You didn't have any, you didn't go up or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, because,
Same.
you know, the Mount Vernon last Monday just They had a raise, so I just wanted to make sure I got that right.
How much did they raise? I'm curious.
Okay, they pay,
Well, I'm glad we did that first, right? Because we got our raise.
I was thinking.
I can fill you, I can be your interloper and fill you all in. I'm not gonna, they pay $2,000 like you do.
Yeah.
But they have 2 meetings a month, not one. So their second meeting, well,
We only get paid
Yeah.
for one.
you mean, yeah,
The
the
regular
public
meetings.
meetings. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand. So anyhow, they have 2 public meetings.
Mhm.
So what they do is they have a stipend for the second meeting. And it used to be $135, but now they've raised that to $150 per meeting because they claim they want to coincide, what I thought this was kind of strange, with what the Indiana, maybe you know why, maybe it's a state thing, they have to coincide with what the Indianapolis City Council pays. I've got it in my story, that's exactly what he
Okay.
said, yeah. Yeah. So anyhow, that's what they raise theirs to. Okay, the other thing I was wondering, on page Aurora, District English Language Teacher Record, is that the one that you were talking about where you had needed someone extra and nobody would do it for that? Did you end up contracting with is this a woman
She's a teacher.
she's actually a teacher here, so someone did opt to go through the training and do it?
We
See,
ended up
at the
having
time you
several,
were talking about it, what?
yeah, we had actually several people that ended up
We had to interview for it.
applying, and we went through interviews, and
Yeah, because last I recall you talking about it, you were even thinking of contracting with someone from another school.
we were wondering.
Yeah, okay, so you did have, so she is actually with you. Let's see what else I have questions. By the way, when, I don't know your protocol, and I should after all this time. Like, when I go to Mount Vernon, and at the beginning, he always has a place where he says, does anybody want to speak at the meeting? And then he puts me on the docket at a certain place all the time. I was wondering, when you ask, are there any patron concerns? Should I be saying, yes, toward the end of the meeting, put me on the docket so I can ask these clarification questions? Or is this just, you know, can I just do it after? the
Probably
meeting?
easier after.
Okay, you don't mind. I didn't know if you wanted an established protocol. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Let's see. What did you pick as your, what is your current mileage reimbursement?
Whatever the
It's
government rate
federal,
was.
yeah, it was the federal.
It was like,
IRS
well, at Mount Vernon, they said it's up to 67 cents. They
rate.
could go as high as 67 cents and kept it at 49. Are you guys in the 60s?
It was 65 and a half.
That's
Yeah,
what it
that's what
was.
sounds right.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
last year, I don't know if that went up on January 1st.
Okay. But that's what you're at, because they said 67 is the state, the going rate.
Go up to 67, it looks like.
On January
Okay.
1st.
Yes.
Okay, so now, let's see, so that will be your rate, saying that you demonstrated as your rate, okay, just wanted to make sure. This company, Stratasite, where are they from? They're not a local company?
I think they're out of Ohio.
Out of Ohio. Now, I noticed that when Mount Vernon's been talking about this, actually, they talk about this more at Mount Vernon County Council meetings and Board of Works, the fire chiefs and police chiefs and stuff. I guess they've been meeting and they are planning this all together. Have you kind of been doing it on your own? You're not meeting with the police chiefs and the, well, you're the police chief.
We actually have a safety meeting tomorrow that we're going to at Mount Vernon.
So you do that, you're all in that same
We will
group?
have, yeah,
Because they say there's a whole bunch of them that meet and they go through it and they report it at every Board of Works.
we have an annual meeting
Okay.
countywide.
So it is a county, it's very cooperative, when you do meet together, good, okay. And who is Mrs. Schroeder?
She is our what is-
District technology.
yeah, our head of technology,
Head of Technology, okay. I think familiar with her name.
Sherry Schrader.
And is Relay a company from Indianapolis or are they local?
No, it's not, they're not local.
They're not local, okay. Do you know where they're from?
No, I'm not sure.
It probably doesn't.
I'd have to look at the proposal to see if it has their address on it.
I don't think people will be jumping at the bit to know, okay? And, the other person with, at Robotics Day, I got Aiden, your son is Aiden,
Yes.
in a Bosecker, but I didn't get a first name.
Jackson.
Jackson, okay. And that'd make a nice separate story, if you wanna, if I can get with them, and I'm sure they'll take a picture with Senator Thompson.
Mhm.
I'm sure they will.
Yeah, so that would make, so if you guys, if you call me, or I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
That would make a nice second, okay. And I think that's it, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll probably more or less